Young Hills.
What's going on, Young Kings?
What's your name, boy?
What's going on, brother, man?
What's your name?
Good.
Huh?
So we're out here on Jefferson Street.
You're in Hylton on Carter.
200-man stand, forward entertainment.
Yeah.
Forward culture, recycle, reinvest.
You might hit us in the back of your head.
A lot going on in the community. If you can see everybody's getting ready to work.
Hey, you gotta cut that off the camera, man. I'm threatening her on camera, man. I'm threatening this queen on camera, man. Cut that out.
It don't matter.
Miss Glee's mover and shaker in the community.
She's a responsible gun owner, so we're not really worried about her safety. Come on, y'all ready? We gotta go. They already working.
What's going on, OC?
You're playing.
We gotta go walk down this way and pick up some trash.
All right, let's grab our trash.
Need to Hylton boy, go and get y'all some bags and some gloves up there. Meet us on there.
Yes, sir. I see you got the Young King with you.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? I don't want to touch you with that. Yeah. Y'all been touching trash and stuff.
What's going on, man? You taking trash? What is going on?
Man, hey. So
Joffy J.
today we are picking up trash on Jefferson Street, man. Jefferson Street is very dear to me. I'm not from the north side, but I am part of the north side.
Gotcha.
See, I'm from Nashville.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? And it's dear to me that we increase the presence of leadership. You get what I'm saying? Because when you have a community of men and women who are walking in the light of leadership, you have a stronger function and a stronger community. What's up, brother? All is well.
Man.
We got the Young King recording.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And we were just talking about what's going on and what we got going. Black
Gideon's
Nashville
Army?
Assembly.
Yeah, I see.
Gideon's Army.
Jamel, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of community leaders stop by. Joffy J, I'm gonna put the link up. He was in Memphis putting in work, so put the link up. Jamel, also mover and shaker, as you can see, community leaders do work together.
All the time.
Working with Gideon's Army. Jamel, what does it mean, for leaders, as Joffy J was saying, to come out here and work together, but more importantly, what does it mean as far as doing constructive activity in the community, just in the neighborhood, if you don't mind me asking?
No, for sure. So we need more people to be in organization. You know what I'm saying? To fight anything. So activities like these are actually like touch points where people can start participating and actually changing their communities, but also getting into organizations like what Judah doing, like what the Black Nashville Assembly doing, like what Recycling Reinvest is doing, because there's an opportunity for everybody to be involved in it, because we need organizations to actually change our communities to the best way that we can get them changed.
Participation, organization were two key words that I heard.
Organization.
And people, in order to move the needle forward. So we thank y'all for what y'all doing out here.
Appreciate that, G.
We're going to get flowers on the wall.
get to it right now.
People getting to work. Joffy J.
Peace. I ain't know which one. I got something going on. But he had information about the Black Nashville Assembly today.
Yeah, we're having an assembly on the 25th where we're actually building a black political agenda so that we can actually safeguard our community from things like large-scale corporations coming in and buying up developments and things like that. Because at this point in time, we are losing our city. Right. We are losing it every single time. So this right here is open to children, it's open to everyone. So it's a black autonomous space. So that means that it's black folks having a conversation with black folks.
Let me ask you, Jay, if one can't make it in person, is there something online?
So it's virtual and in person.
So no excuses for the man.
Nah, none at all. The registration link is on here. So if you want to buy that registration, no, I appreciate that. Yeah.
All right, so you see there's a lot going on in the community.
I appreciate what you're doing. That like Gideon's Army going to the city assembly and like holding it down and talking about the police violence.
Well, we need you there too.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, dude.
We
out here, buddy.
No,
Like,
I feel
same
you.
team.
I feel you. Nah, at all times.
If you don't mind, I'm going to throw it out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it out there if you don't mind. I didn't get a chance to introduce myself.
What's up, man?
I'm Donovan.
mAGE. Yeah, good.
This is my oldest boy, Donovan III, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, I'm going to throw it out there because as community residents, you're not a spokesperson anyway. Just from your perspective.
Yeah.
Especially when you're coming out doing actual work, participating, putting actions in front of the word.
Yeah.
Is it any kind of emotion that stirs, especially when it feels like it could be a particular focus and vision for a particular set of community residents compared to, say, a collective? That's a broad question. I can get deeper into what I mean by that, especially when it comes to the color and focusing on that aspect. You know,
Ask it with no filter.
Well, no,
with no
no,
filter.
and that's
No filter out here.
No, and that's where I'm at too. I don't like. I appreciate directness and a clear communication. And what I think I'm grasping is like, does it make me feel any type of way whenever it's a black agenda and like being a like mostly right, you know, so like I understand what you're trying to say, and it doesn't, because I think every community and every association should have that kind of accountability process going on with the community. And then how do we expect to have wide scale movements if we're not organizing our own communities? So if it's like to be like, oh, I'm offended that they're calling for black assembly in neighborhoods that are black, then that, if anything, that's just like some kind of guilt that's like perpetuating myself and feeling like I'm excluded from something. But actually, really what's going on is that I'm being an active part of a grander scale of organization that's behind the movement that's happening. So I support that actually. And I think that anybody that has a problem with that needs to check themselves in the heart. Because it's like, why do you feel excluded? Is it because you have some kind of ancestral guult that's going on?
That's a fair question.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've asked those questions a lot.
Too. There is a lot of ancestral guilt, and it's just going to be in our blood. So that's where we have to check and say, hell yeah, like meet, like gather and do what you need to do to.
Like if I'm having a family meeting with me and my daughters and my mom, ain't none of y'all coming to it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I respect that. This is
That's
how
a
it
good
goes.
metaphor. That's a
Like,
great metaphor.
You know, why does everybody
That's
feel
good.
like you are? You know, that makes sense. You know, I can
There's
stop right
larger
there.
families. There's
Small community
there's
meetings,
extended. There's
family.
And I just want to add the point that like it's that to me is defining clear boundaries. So if you're saying that like the issue of concern is having corporate interests or having predatory real estate investors to come in and to like basically take for ransom like your community and historic communities been that held by by generations and stuff just because the income inequality is happening. Like for me, that's defining a healthy boundary saying this is our community and we want to make sure that we have the control over this community so it doesn't turn into a bunch of tall and skinnies that we can't afford.
I mean, that's a great perspective, and I do appreciate you speaking, you know, your perspective on that, you know, and I say humbly as far as the Caucasian side, I've never had a chance to really, you know, because it could be, you know, guilt or shame, or it could be, you know, and you gotta be respectful of everybody's feelings, you know, so I appreciate you, and I know at the end of the day, you know, unity is important, but at the same time, there's smaller components that have to work in order for the grander scale to work. So that's a great perspective.
And how do you even know? Like you gotta fine tune. And just to give you my background, I grew up in South Nashville, and in a mostly people of color neighborhood.
Let's walk and talk.
But like most of the people in my neighborhood growing up were from like Mexico, Honduras, or Asia, and so like I grew up in a diverse neighborhood. And I was always like involved in the people in my community. So like I have, we can use privilege in a different word. I have the privilege of seeing communities in that context with different backgrounds. And, you know, privilege can be a bad thing if it's like feeding into bias that's like exploiting people, but also privilege being able to see things from our perspective of seeing diversity and why it's important. You think of like biodiversity and ecosystems. If an ecosystem is not biodiverse, then it's actually not a healthy ecosystem.
Biodiversity, let's look that up again.
Yeah, that's a good word to know, for sure. But I'm saying like cultural diversity, I think is a healthy functioning factor of a healthy like system in general. So we can, you know.
Hey, much respect. Thank you for your insights. And how can we reach out to you and connect with you in the future if you don't mind?
So so on Instagram, it's Yo.Gardening 615. Yo Gardening. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a gardener, herbalist. I make hip hop.
I gotta get with you anyways. That's, and they may say, oh, that's feminine or weakness, but at the same time, it's so healthy. And
Warrior pose, bro.
Come on,
Warrior
they
pose.
told me that's what. Or what is this one here?
That's Warrior 3.
And
so that's basically. I mean, it's Warrior 2 is that one, right?
Okay.
But this is That's Warrior 1.
Okay.
And then Warrior 3 is that. Like so. It's
and there's certain postures that actually help cleanse that and get you aligned and all. Excuse my ignorance of terminology. But, that's the what makes you find getting to work.
I would love to I'm not gonna jump in about this, but like doing yoga before cleanups and stuff, so we can all get harmonized on our breath work and stuff. And I'm also work for Deep Tropics. It just happened at Bicentennial Mall. Earth Guardians is an initiative to basically create sustainable festivals, creating positive action in the community through music and art.
Wow.
You know, so
let's work together and get it done. Much
I'm in
respect.
it, bro. What's your name again?
Donovan Hylton.
Donovan Hylton.
Yes.
Brent Hamby's my birth name, but I go by mAGE.
mAGE.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you, mAGE.
Yeah.
Appreciate
peaceful.
you.
Thank you.
Hey, that's how it
I
works.
appreciate you.
No, thank you. Likewise. That's how it works. We're out here in the community putting in work. So what does it mean to you, if you don't mind putting you on the spot? What does it mean? Thank you so much. What does it mean to you to see so many community residents coming together, engaged out here and building and cleaning up their community?
I think it's beautiful. Our community, especially North Nashville, we need this because, as you know, we got the highest crime rate out here, and you know, the same way you feel about a messy home is how you feel about a messy neighborhood. So if you upset that your house dirty, you're gonna be upset your neighborhood dirty. So it's beautiful to see everyone come together because, yeah, it's needed. It's needed.
Much respect. Thank you so much for putting the work in. Recycle, reinvest. Make sure you guys visit them.
There you go.
Man, always behind the scenes. Always behind the scenes. One of the entertainment directing moguls of Middle Tennessee. As you can see, he's putting in some community engagement work. CMR, promotions. What does it mean, you know, to see community residents coming out, and more importantly, as an entrepreneur and economic minded, what does it mean for you to take time out of what you're doing, bringing in revenue to give back, if you don't mind?
It's very important. I think that, you know, we need more help. We need more people to be more proactive. You know, even if it's not in this area, any area around the world, around the country, around Nashville, just try to not, you know, throw trash out the window when you don't have to. I mean, to put it very bluntly. So that stuff just helps. You know, stuff like this, so we don't have to take as much time and, you know, as many people and things of that nature. But it's just more accountability. I mean, that's all. And hopefully, you know, this will definitely inspire somebody to join the fight and trying to keep the city clean as possible. So.
Proceed. Then what's your next activity coming up, you know, as far as on the entertainment business side, if you don't mind me asking?
We've got some comedy shows that we're lining up right now, as well as we have recording artist No Cap for TSU Homecoming.
Ah, nice. Be ready for that one.
Yes, sir.
TSU Homecoming.
Yes, sir. October 27th at Bonobbi's Bar and Lounge. So we'll be out there for that. That'll definitely be a movie. Let's say that whole weekend. So make sure tickets are on Eventbrite right now. You can get your tickets right now, or contact myself, OC4 Forward Entertainment, or FBA_Gates.
How can they find you online, if you don't mind me asking? CMR as well.
Yes, sir. You can find my personal information. My personal page is at CMR Promotions. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the whole nine. And the business page, Forward Entertainment, the number 4, WARDENT, 200-man stand, Wisecracks Comedy, Dope Comedy Jam, and stay tuned for more. I got a new podcast on the way, so.
All right, that's going to be high. Thank you so
Yes,
much
sir.
for taking time out,
Appreciate you,
both
brother.
in the community, economically, as well as in the community, as far as just making sure that we have a smooth environment going on around here.
Yes, sir.
Much
Yes,
respect.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it, y'all.